Hi everybody, I'm Miss Van. Welcome back to Cap at Home Live. Today I am really excited to be doing the fourth and final part of my Paper Mâché series. So today we're going to decorate a Paper Mâché mask. So you will want a few items. I have my Paper Mâché form from last week, and I've already applied a base coat of white paint to the front, and as you can see, the inside is newspaper, so I just wanted a flat, even surface to work from. I have some acrylic paint here in this palette. I have a couple of different brushes. I have this wide brush, which I'm going to use to seal the mask on the inside and the outside, and this is half glue and half water. I also have a utility knife that I'm going to use to cut out the eye holes, and then I have scissors that I'm going to use to cut the outer edge of the mask. I have a black marker that's going to be helpful kind of determining where the eye holes are, and it will help you to see how I do that. And then I have a cup of water over here for my brush that I've already used for the white paint a little bit. And then just a pencil and an eraser so that I can draw kind of where things are going to go. And then I have some glitter we're going to use to decorate the mask. I have a bunch of different colors of glitter. So today I have, and we need a hole punch for the string to tie the mask onto your face, and then I have some string. So today I have some reference images that I'm going to use. I decided I would like to make a fox for this mask. So I'll show you the mask I made last time. This is the mask I made originally, and I thought it would be fun to make something a little bit different. So instead of just having kind of like this basic oval shape, I have these reference images here of foxes, and then here's one like on somebody's face, so I can kind of have the idea of the contour lines that we'll need. But basically I'm going to draw this mask onto this three-dimensional object. So I have this pencil and I'm going to get started. So the ears are kind of pointy, but they're also kind of rounded. So I'm going to start by kind of doing that, and I'm going to kind of designate the top line here. I'm going to designate the top line here of the forehead. So I'm just going to start it with pencil, and then I'm going to go over it with the marker so you can see. So here are the ears, and they're just kind of rounded half, like triangles. They're just rounded triangles. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge of the top of here, like it's kind of round, so I'm going to go all the way to the top edge here. And then I'm going to add sort of this sweeping cheekbone. And on my vector drawing, it just kind of comes to one point, but on the drawing that's like a face painting on a child, I'm going to add some sort of like kind of hairline, because you know a fox has a furry face. So I'm just going to sort of add lines that make it look like a furry face, even though it's going to be on a flat piece of paper mache. So here's the marker so you can see. And then I'm going to add kind of a nose here. Alright, so here's my fox, and then I'm going to use the marker again to kind of decide where the eye holes are going to be. And as you can see, I have this sort of silhouette shape here, bridge of a nose. So I'm going to use that as kind of my guide because my eyes kind of line up with that crease that I made by adding the string to sort of change the shape of the balloon, if you saw the video that I made last week. And I'll put that link in the comment section. Alright, so here are my eyes, and then I'm going to use this utility knife to cut out the eye holes because it's going to be kind of difficult to use the scissors for that part. So I'm going to be really careful, and I'm just going to use like that much of the utility knife. And I kind of have this now that I'm looking at it. And now that I kind of have the hole started, I am going to use the scissors a little bit because I don't want it to tear. So it's just a little bit fragile here. There. So that's a pretty good eye hole. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to use the knife to start the hole, and then I'm going to use the scissors to kind of do most of the cutting. When you're cutting on a three-dimensional object, it would just be really difficult to get the scissors in there. Okay. So now I'm just gonna like even out these shapes a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut out the edge of the mask. I'm just gonna kind of, this comes out a little bit more. So I can kind of go over my mistake lines with more white paint when I get to the painting process. So I have a trash can over here. I'm going to throw away the scraps as I kind of go along. So this is coming along pretty great. I already like it. So this is like the main form of the mask here. And as you can see, it's kind of box shaped and it works out. So now I'm going to paint it. So I've got some brown, some white, some red, and some orange paint here. And then I'm going to just use that to kind of go along the edges. I'm going to start with the orange. I'm just going to kind of go ahead and do the fox's forehead here. And the tops of the fox ears for the mask. And add some of this brown. And I'm going to use some of this white here to kind of mix a little bit of the orange with this white to do the inside of the ears. There we go. And I'm going to give the fox like a brown nose. So here's the start. I'm going to add some holes so that I can tie in the string with my hole punch. So here's my hole punch. I'm going to put the holes here and here. So I have holes to hold the mask onto my face. And I'm going to take some string, find the end. And so I'm going to need 2 pieces of string to tie into the holes so that I can tie the mask onto my face. And then I'm going to add some glitter. That sounds fun. I love adding glitter. So we have I have some extra glue set aside just for the glitter. And it's glow in the dark. I always am really excited to use both glow in the dark glue and glitter. Like, it's super fun. So I'm just going to add some glitter along the bridge of the nose here, and I'm kind of thinking about it. And this is like a rounded object. So I'm just going to do the middle. Because if I try to add glitter somewhere where it's going to slope off, the glitter will probably run with the glue. Come on. I know you're in there. Come on, glue. Just adding some even lines in here. Okay. So I have some gold glitter. And there we go. There's my fox mask. So I'm glad you joined me today. I'm going to give this some time to dry, and if you watch my previous videos, it won't be super long because I have that little oven kind of set up with a paper bag and a hair dryer. And then I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to seal the whole thing with this glue mixture, this glue water mixture, and that will just, it will keep the glitter in place, and the inside here, you know, the paper mache wheat paste mixture, it'll keep that from kind of crumbling, but it'll just kind of prolong the life of your mask. So I recommend that for sure. And I'm going to clean up a little bit. So I've got some extra glitter. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to take my brush. I only used the one brush, so I'm just going to make sure that I get that good and washed out with this cold water here. And we'll see you next time.